mix the flour and the salt, and just give it a good stir with your hands. So when we get the salt spread all over the flour, we're going to add some butter to the flour. Now the object of the butter is to get the flour to be a coarse kind of flour like breadcrumbs. So depending on the flour that you use, the butter will tell you how much butter you really need to give your bread a good body. So the butter that I'm going to be using is about 2 to 3 sticks of butter. So what we're going to do is mix the butter into the flour and salt to make it a more coarse, and it's going to feel like breadcrumbs. It should feel like breadcrumbs in your hands when you're handling it. It'd be good too sometimes if you soften up the butter. That way when you're handling it, you won't be like pressing hard against it the way I'm doing right now. The problem with the butter is that you have to mix it, and you have to mix it well throughout the course of the flour. We're going to mix the butter into the flour until all the butter is evenly mixed throughout the flour. As you can see, it's lumping, but you need to get it all. And we're going to do this until all the butter, like I say, is gone, and it's evenly mixed throughout the flour, setting up our base for the other ingredients that's going to come next to follow. Okay, so we give the flour a good mixing with the butter, and you can see it sticks together. That's letting me know that it's ready. So when we after we come to this point, you need 2 dry coconuts, grated. I already had mine pre-grated. So to cut the time down, so you need 2 dry coconuts. You add that to the flour. Now when you add that to the flour, you're going to add 2 cups of sugar, brown sugar. So at this point, if you wanted to add raisins, cherries, mixed peels, whatever you want to add, this is the time you do it. You do it before you start the mixing. Okay, so after I add all the ingredients there, then I will do one mixture and make sure everything is in. So after I add the coconut and the sugar, I will add nutmeg. It's a pinch of nutmeg. And cinnamon, pinch of cinnamon. Okay. So once we do that, then we're going to put 1 tablespoon of vanilla, almond and vanilla. Okay, 1 tablespoon each. And what I do is spread this all around. Same thing I do with the almond. I spread it around. Okay. So now once we get to this point, what I do is put a hole in the center. And you can actually smell it already. I put a nice gaping hole in the center. And then 1 cup carnation milk. You pour that in the center. And from this point, it's all about your hands and the muscles in your hands to turn and mix a good mixture of this bread. So what I would do is just let it sit for like 10-15 minutes and come back again and knead more bread. So I'll give it a rest for about 15 minutes or so. Come back and turn it again, because the more I get my weight on it and push it down and spread it out evenly, when it starts to cook, I'll get a nice even bread, no matter how many breads I cook. Okay? So be back. Give me 15 minutes. So be back. Got a nice dough mix right here. Now, this is the traditional way to make bread. You have a lot of new techniques out there, new mixers. People use mixers to make their bread. I do it the old-fashioned way, using my hands. Make a nice dough bread. So, once we get it to this point, what I'll do is preheat the oven to 350 degrees. And while that is heating up and preheating, I'll grease the pans. These pans right here. We're going to use Crisco. Grease the pan. Be generous with the grease so the bread doesn't burn. Last piece I'm going to give it. I'm greasing the pans. Always get the corners. If you don't get the corners when you bake the bread for your first time, you're gonna realize that you burned the corner. So that's how your bread should, the corner should look in the pan. Grease the pans up. Then what I'm going to do is take the dough and break it into 4 parts. So I have the equal amount going into each pan. Okay. So break it into 4 pieces. And what I do, get it nice and smooth, compress it a bit. What I do now is to roll it in my hands the length of the pan. I might want to change this because I forgot that I'm going to be making some bigger breads today that I normally do. So instead of making 4 breads, I'm going to make 3 big breads. What I'm doing here, guys, is rolling the bread out so it's the length of the pan. And I just drop it in. But if I wanted to make 4 breads, we would have just evened it out 4 pieces, the same amount. But because I'm making special bread today, it's for a lot of greedy people. They don't want a small bread, they want a big bread. I don't know if I can call his name. He's my best friend, but he's very greedy. If he gets a small bread, then he complains. His name is David Sandiford. done prepping. So what I do is also add a little design to it. Maybe I should move the camera closer to show you guys. So this will be the bread, and what I do is put a little diamond X on top of it so it has like a little pattern on it when it's complete. So once that is done, we're going to put the breads in the oven, and then we're going to bake them for 45 minutes. In 45 minutes, these breads are done. Okay? So when they're complete, we'll show you the picture when they're complete. Okay guys, it was 30 minutes. I did a quick check. Now we have 45 minutes, and I'm going to show you another way we can do this and make sure that our bread is finished in 45 minutes. So this is the oven. We're going into the bread. Use a dipstick and make sure when you come back there's nothing on the ends. So our bread is good to go. It's ready, and we're going to remove it from the oven now. Okay. Here you go. That is coconut sweetbread. So if you want to make it, that's how you make coconut sweetbread. And next time I'm going to show you how to make cassava pone. Best pone in the world. Okay? Bye.